All right, while you are coming in, what I need for you guys to do is to go ahead right now and to hit like and also hit share, even if you are about to watch this as a replay. Do us a favor and make sure you share it with somebody. If you don't want to do that because you want to let nobody to know that you are watching Larry Reid live, at some point in time in the show, I'm going to ask everybody that is enjoying the conversation and benefiting from the conversation to donate to the MBN network that sponsors the Larry Live show. So if you're not going to share, if you're not going to like, you'll be able to support us then. All right, we are about to get started. Go ahead on and put in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from.
Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, and actor. Catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Trap Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus.
God says when you go to the bank this time, approval, the Spirit of the living God. My God. God says that he's singling you out because God says there's an anointing on your life. And God says, you tell Omen Joseph that I'm calling him for ministry. It's Jonathan's time for a miracle.
Who's Jonathan? My name's Jonathan. Jeez, my God.
Stay connected to Prophet Manasseh Jordan. Text the words Text MJ to 33339. That's TEXT MJ to 33339. Patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let me tell you why you should join. You will gain access to master level teaching and coaching, which includes Sunday morning prayer calls with Dr. Reid, Wednesday night breakdown with Dr. Reid, the prophets and care pastors, divine partnerships and networking with a like-minded community, exclusive content, which includes daily posts, ranging in topics that are too expansive to share on Dr. Reid's public platform, including money, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, relationships, prophecy, prayer, and more. Become a member today by logging on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live today. Join with people from around the world praying 15 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 667-770-1402, code 974-8029#. Stay connected to Larry Reid Live. Take a moment and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the bell. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. That's the words LRL to 404-999-7527. And get notified when we go live. Become a member of Patreon. Log on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Sign up, then download the Patreon app and turn on your notifications. Get connected today.
We're about to have a conversation. All right, you are watching Larry Reid Live. Take a moment right now and hit like and hit share, please, and let everybody know that we are on and that we are about to have the conversation. Absolutely, but we are not going to start this conversation without having a whole heap of y'all over there on Facebook to hit like. There are about 600 of you on Facebook already. We need all 600 of you to hit like and hit share. And as you're coming into the room, you're coming to the kitchen table, and we're talking about what we have heard online. We heard some stuff online. I posted a video earlier on today, and when I posted that video, it went absolutely crazy. On TikTok right now, it's 170,000 views. On Facebook, it's 115,000 views. On Instagram, it's approaching 50,000 views. And I didn't even check Twitter. And because that video caused so much engagement, then I say, I'm just going to come right here and I'm going to talk about the video. But then I began to get phone calls into the Larry Live show. I began to get emails, and it's giving me the world of what we saw. We're going to watch the clip, the 5-minute clip that I put up, and then I'm going to give you my commentary about that clip and then share with you what is being alleged, what I have been given proof of, and also what is in court documents. So I'm going to put those court documents and contracts that were mentioned already by Pastor Marlon Saunders. I'm going to put them in their entirety into my Patreon. Now, I'm going to make sure they're watermarked because I'm going to find out what happens out here on these YouTube streets, because you're not going to be able to get these documents. I'm going to make sure that things are redacted properly and post them. And it should be tonight. It may be in the morning, but it's going to get done because I want you guys to have the world of what happened. And I want you to see me go through this whole process, which explains the reason why I don't do a whole lot of stories like this anymore. Because a lot of it just be he said, she said, folk mad because, somebody done moved on with their life, or upset because somebody has done something. And I don't like to get involved in that. On this platform, I want you guys to laugh with me and learn with me and just enjoy having this community here. And I don't want to get all into the messiment and the nigament and the crazyment of it all. I don't want to do that. But I got to tonight, and I don't want to. One of the people that I was interviewing before I decided to come and do this live, they were asking me, what's wrong? I said, I just don't like this. I do not. And if you've been following me, particularly in Patreon, you remember 2019, 2020, after doing certain shows, I'm like, you know what? I really didn't want to do this show, but I had to do the show because it was viral. And my job is giving commentary on what is in the public. So I have to do it, but I don't like to do it. And this is one of those stories. I'm just not looking forward to tonight. So what I want you guys to do is to go ahead and hit like, share with everybody, because some of y'all talk about Larry Live when it's like this, but y'all live it because all of y'all are nosy, and probably half of the nosy people are messy. So you're just like to hear about what you ain't got no business knowing. And I'm not going to judge you too hard for it because I think there's some part of our humanity that likes to hear about, talk about, and even sometimes experience the taboo. So maybe this is going to be your guilty pleasure on tonight to find out some things that none of us supposed to know. But we will know about the true facts and even the conjecture and the rumor because of this video. I want to make sure that this is really clear. And I've said this many times before. We're in an entirely different age. So whatever happens in the public that is captured by a video camera or a cell phone can now become conversation. And for other people and other platforms, the text messages can become public. Details that are private due to complaints, they can become public. Now, they may not be true, but it's somebody's story that they believe to be true. But it just gets us all the way down into the nooks and crannies, which they say the devil is in the detail. The devil in those details is quite entertaining, be it true or false, but it is. So I'm going to try to tell it in a way over here to where there's not a lot of negative energy that is going to get downloaded into your spirit as I am telling this story that I did not create, that came and found all of us today. Now I'm going to share this, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I already knew of some things that was happening at Heritage Christian Center way back to 2014 when Bishop Dennis Leonard was the pastor. He's dead and gone, so we will not be digging all of that up. But I just want you to know that Heritage Christian Center is not a space or a place or group of people who do not know how to handle situations like this. And I think that's important for you to know, especially if you're a pastor watching, a leader. You start thinking about the folk when it comes to this kind of going on. But these people are like new birth. New birth can take a licking and keep on ticking. I mean, what they walk through, new birth is the strongest body of people on the face of this earth. They dealt with the Eddie Long stuff. They dealt with the pastor that was in there in the interim, and him and Bishop Eddie Long's son going back and forward, and Bishop Eddie Long's son and Jamal Harrison Bryant back and forward. Now, you don't know it's a back and forward and who's throwing off on who if you don't pay attention to the internet. But it's my job, so I saw it. And you know what? With that being said, I need to let y'all know that I am about to have one of the most candid conversations surrounding Eddie Long and the New Birtherations Church. New birthings, and in some circles, new brothel. They say you can't come around there to that altar if you're a woman without your protection, because you can end up pregnant just at the altar call and end up a baby mama of Jamal Harrison Bryant. That's what they say. It ain't, if it's a lie, somebody else told it. But we're about to have the most candid conversation surrounding that whole Eddie Long saga, and then how it affected the rest of the family with his son. We tried this before, but this time it's going to work. I don't care if we got to fight on camera, cuss each other out, but we're going to have the conversation absolutely on Saturday night. So make sure right now you go ahead on and text. Now, Kendra, help me with this number. The letters LRL to 404-999-7527 so that I can text you soon as we're sitting in the studio side by side. So Heritage is pretty strong, like the members of New Birth. That they pretty strong. They're pretty strong. So they have been dealing with things for some years, and Black church favorite fixer, Bishop George Bloomer, has worked in that ministry overture and overture and overture again, fixing, trucking, foolishment, this one with that one, and trying to bring reconciliation to make sure the church move on without any terrible scandal so they don't end up on shows like mine. And it was very interesting to me that Bishop George Bloomer, is connected to this story that I got to tell y'all tonight. This is how we're going to start. We're going to watch the 5-minute video, and I want y'all to take notes. I do not want y'all to be so engaged in the chat that you get dumb when it's time for the dialogue and the commentary, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about because you won't listen good. So what I need for you to do after you text LRL to 404-999-7527, so I can notify you on Saturday that when I got Eddie Long's son up in here sitting side by here. I don't think we're going to go to the big studio. Before I say the big studio, but I think he's going to sit right here near me so we can feel each other. I want to text you and let you know when that's on. That's going on Saturday night. So you go after you do that. I want you to get your ears tuned to listen to this video. You may have watched it one time today, 5 minutes, but you need to watch it again to make sure that you are really clear on what is being said and what is not being said. And we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to share with you what I believe is on the behalf of the board. Now, let me say this. Y'all know how I operate. I say somebody told me, this source told me, that source told me, or whatever. But I don't name my sources. I never do. I don't care if I talk to Pastor Marlon Saunders. You won't know it right now. If I talk to the 2 board members, you wouldn't know it in this moment. If I talk to side pieces and creditors, you won't know it in this moment. I will lie. This is the only time I lie on my platform. I've been saying this since I started it. That's the only lie I will ever tell you on this platform, is that my source said, and it be the actual person that I be done talked to that has trusted me, because that's just how I operate. Because if the people ain't comfortable with coming live and talking to me or whatever, I don't do that. If anybody come tell me anything, it's a source, and that's it. Okay, are y'all ready? Facebook, have y'all hit like? Because y'all got a spirit on y'all. Facebook, they 1.2 thousand of you guys on Facebook alone. I need for you guys to hit like right now. And then there's an additional 1.3 thousand on YouTube. I need for all of you guys to hit like right now. And let's get into this story. But first, we're going to watch the video. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what we're going to do tonight. At some point in time in the height of the show, I'm going to ask everybody, what's today's date? June the 15th of 23. I want everybody in the chat to type $15.23. Because right now you at the movies. You probably have to pay $25 to get into the movie. And I'm sitting here with a hurt back. I got this demonic bump in my mustache to make it look like I got some kind of disease that I'm hiding with this mic. I'm hungry. But I had to do hours of work to make sure I get the information so that you can sit here and listen to it. So at some point in time on the show, don't let me forget it, $15.23. And then I want you to put your phone number in the memo and then put LRL. Because there are people that are going to call you and say, thank you for your donation. And then pray with you and give you a prophetic word. Some of y'all have never had a prophetic word. You ain't even been on the phone with a psychic. This is going to be a great experience for you, okay? All right, let's watch this video. Y'all pay attention. Pay attention. Pay a darn attention to what is about to be said. Let's go.
Media Don't cut my mic off. In the name of Jesus, don't cut my mic off. This week, I was surprised with a contract that was titled Pastoral Transition Agreement. And it was told to me that the board of this church, which consists of 2 people, want me to leave town. And they made me an offer to pay for all of my moving expenses and to keep me on payroll for 6 months if I would come to you and tell you that I miss California so much that I want to go home. There was to be a fake announcement made by me and a member of the board to pretend like they were sad to see me go, like they didn't want to see me go, and like the announcement caught them off guard. On June the 11th, there was to be a going away party for me. They told me, if you leave town, we'll fund wherever you go. If you stay here, we won't give you another dime. Can I be transparent? I'm being transparent. I lost my temper and cussed them completely out. I told them I'm not leaving the people. Told them I have a 10-year-old son, a 14-year-old daughter, a 16-year-old son. You can't expect me to uproot my family and leave town. And it's all because I initiated a conversation a year ago that made everybody so uncomfortable that they stopped speaking to me. I was told, you're an amazing preacher, one of the best, but you're a bad pastor. I said to them, God has used me to carry this church through healing, restoration, reconciliation, through a pandemic, through bringing people back safely, and you have the nerve to tell me all of the emails, texts, and phone calls that I've sent proposing classes and programs and outreach things that have gone completely ignored. And you have the nerve to tell me that if you stay in town, you can't come within 50 miles of the church. You think I'm lying? I got the contract in my possession. I told my wife this morning, I'm not going to say anything. But doggone it, the people have been through too damn much. You've been lied to for too long, manipulated too long. I'm sick of the foolishness. I'm sick of it. And the devil is a liar. If they don't let me back after today, I'll let you know where I'm going. Because it's one for all and all for one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so when I saw this video, I was left with a lot of questions. At the onset, when I saw the video, hadn't talked to anyone, so I saw it just as you saw it. And here is this dapper, shaven, could be bald. I'm shaven. It looks like he may be bald. Shiny head, not ugly, not too frumpy. Man, looks tiny, 10 inches short though. Well spoken. Now, I saw more than this clip. I saw the whole 57 minutes. And he was riled up, the devil, and the people screaming. And he even took off running around that church, screaming full throttle. I know he was tired. I mean, he was bent over and didn't say nothing for a long time. I said, I know he catching his breath. And he got back to the pulpit, and it's like he could have left it there. But I saw his mind switch and go into contemplation and planning. And I said, okay, the reason I was sent this video is it's about to get started. And he began to say, don't cut my mic. I said, oh, shoot, here we go. This is about to get really, really interesting. Do not cut my mic. And then he went on. Because I had saw the running around the church, the crying and the praising God, emotionally, I was already in tune with him. And this happens to anyone that listens to a song, watch a play, listening to a sermon. It's all the same. We start feeling the person that is in their gift. And he had me. I'm like, oh my God, this black man is crying. Oh my God. Oh, this black man is praising God, running around the church. This is a great thing. He's well spoken. And he's killing it right now. And then he began to tell this story. And it was the telling of the story for my unchurched, no church brain having ears that raised concern. How many of you, I want you to tell me in the chat, when he told the story, you had questions? I want to see it in the chat. Let me know in the chat if when you listen to this, you had questions. I'm not asking you. I see a lot of me. I'm not asking you, did you think he was lying, or if you believe he was a man of God, or if you whatever. But I said this. So a lot of people. So that's quite a bit of people. That's quite a bit of people. Okay, so but this is LRL, so we're a little different. I had a lot of questions. I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense to me. There's a hole here, and there's a hole over here, and there's a hole over there. So what has happened? And thank you for giving me all of this emotional, hoopla and really this entertaining and rather juicy story that you're telling me. You let me see behind the scenes of the church and what is happening and operating, but you leaving out so much. So then I went to his Facebook page and I said, certainly there has to be more here. I went to Heritage Christian Church, totally white from the website, and George Bloomer face is there. I'm like, okay. Now I could call him, but let me research all of this on my own and just find out. Because if he's going there, he fixing the problem. I want to go on record saying, and I said it before, but my platform is bigger now, that Bishop George Bloomer is a fixer. Put it in the chat so we can make it very clear. Bishop George Bloomer is a fixer. If you have a problem, if you done messed up, you didn't keep one of your hoes happy, and they upset, because y'all know it's this platform that taught you. Ken, you got to help me out. Keep your hoes happy. Every day. Keep your hoes happy. Every day. Keep your hoes happy. Every day. And keep your hoes happy. Every day. If they're going to lay it low and spread it wide for you, make sure you keep them in a state of happiness, because they are holding every droplet of cum from your peen in the middle of their soul. And you need to know that if they ain't happy, one day they're going to come out here and they're going to tell everybody. So it was this platform. So if you got that problem and you have not kept your hoes happy, you better find Bishop George Bloomer from somewhere, because Bishop George Bloomer is the fixer. So I saw his picture up there. I said, I could call him, no. Or his agenda is positive and it's great, but it's a little different from mine. He's an Aquarius like me, so you're going to be good at what he do. But my agenda, I'm not in the bed with nobody. See, he can go over there and preach, and they probably give him a nice offering. Run this church and preach, will give him a nice offering. You can ask me to preach and have a nice offering. I still tell you it's no, because I don't want you to get it mixed up. If you pick Larry Live up and put it in the church, it would be the prophet on the back pew. Oh, the Lord said, this house is full of sinners. Ichabod, my spirit ain't here. That would be the Larry Live ministry inside the four wall. But out here, I'm detached from all those institutions and those relationships inside them four walls. And I don't have to get in the bed with anybody. If Bishop Jordan, right now, my mentor, who I know is saved, videos came out and he fucking 4 women and 2 men, and it comes out online, I'm going to talk about it. Now, granted that he's my mentor, my spiritual father, he can come sit right here in this seat like he have other times and talk about it and give his narrative on why he was fucking around on Lady Jordan. That's the privilege of knowing me, because you can tell me your narrative and that becomes part of my commentary. Are you with me? Do you understand? Do you understand? So it don't matter to me who you are. It does not matter to me. If it becomes viral and I think it needs to be discussed, I will. And the reason why I feel like this video needs to be discussed, because it's a great portrayal. God, I hate to say this word, but I got to keep it real. Of the deception that happens to the people in the pew and the spell that preachers cast from the pulpit, who are great at what they do. And what they do is lying and manipulation and talking in circles and not telling the truth. Whenever I hear somebody tell me a story and you're so specific on everything that the person has done to you, but then you all of a sudden you get amnesia and your thoughts get gappy and fractured when it comes to you telling me in that same breath and story what the hell it is that you said that caused them a year ago to start changing on you. You said it in the pulpit. I went and watched the video. Your wife sitting up there beside you, and she done a little bit of crying when she talking about the people. But I am inclined to believe that it has a lot more to do with the check than the people. I'm sorry. To me, all of this look like money. I don't see nothing but dollar signs and people dancing and crying and running and Jesus and stuff. Money. So when that happens, immediately my tingle tangles. Now my tingle tangles and my spiritualization is two different things. Now my tingle tangles just be going off because I'm just picking up something. But when it gets down in my spiritualization, now see, then I don't care what you say and how you say it. This is what I see. So vague on what didn't say in the pulpit, didn't say it on the thing. I said, now wait. There's more to the story. My tingle tingle. Let's start going off. I said, now wait a minute. Oh, let me come back to this. Why the hell is there so many folk on Facebookings? They 1.6 thousand of you on Facebookings, and y'all niggas has not hit the like button. And I be saying stuff I ain't got no business saying. So they be hiding my stuff. If you up here, make like you up here and hit the darn like. Now, hold on. Everybody put in the chat, $15.23. At some point in time tonight, you watching this program that seem like it's coming to you free, but it ain't. I'm going to need for you to donate $15.23. Silver and gold have I none, but such I have, I'm going to give unto you. One of my prophets is going to call you and tell you, thank you, pray with you, and give you a prophetic word. But it ain't time yet. But everybody type $15.23. I want us to be really clear that we is not going to be robbing folk. In fact, we're going to change our next year. We're going to start leaving tips because some of y'all ain't been leaving tips. I smell a cheap spirit on somebody in that chat that's watching me. For the next year, tip. It's a shame for God that you like this. You cannot be like this, all right? So anyway, let me get on back to the story here. Now, where did I pause at, Nancy? The money grab. Now, how many of y'all smell money all on this story? I don't smell nothing but money. Everywhere I sniff, I smell moving with money in mind. I feel like the board has been making moves with money in mind, and I feel like Pastor Marlon, and what they say his wife's name, and his wife are making moves with money in mind. But see, when you are in that church pew and you're listening to one person talk to you for 5 years, because he's been there at that church for 5 years. Prior to him being at that church was Antonio Matthews. Now, hold on, that name rings a bell. Wait. Let me call Lisa. Wait a minute. Antonio, we've been knowing him since he was a little boy. Wait, I got to call my baby mama. Wait a minute. I think that's the truth. Lisa, do you know Antonio Matthews? Ain't that from your organization, Big Fat Fluffy Face? Hello. Okay, let me get back to the show. Oh yeah, all right. Back to the show. Hey baby. I'm live right now. Hey baby. So yeah, I know Antonio Matthews. So I've been knowing him since he was a little boy, since I was a little boy, since we were children. Because I dated Lisa 8 years before we got married, and Antonio Matthews and my baby mom, that's my wife, was my wife for 18 years, is in the same organization. So I had to go there with her to church. And Antonio Matthews would tell you that was my ministry, standing up, prophesying, and sending everybody to him. So really, it ain't too much difference between, it's just what I did in the church and what I do out here. I call it out. And I call it out. Kendall, do you smell that? I smell money moves. Who that? Carla B said, this in her song. No, if you want to do money move. No, you talking about the other song, Money.
Yeah, she got a song.
But song, she said something about money moves. I think that's in Bodak Yellow. I smell money moves. And people in the pew listen to me. Members of the Reformation Church of Atlanta, and those of you in my Patreon, you know I keep it 100% real. But I notice these pastors play games around money. You doing all that runting around and crying and talking in circles and saying it's about the people, and use a whole lie. Because if it was about the people, these other things that are going on will not be going on, allegedly. All right, so let's carry on. Let's just deal with the video first, then I'm going to get into all of the other information. I had to do a couple of interviews today. And I got to hurry up and go because I got to eat. My protein is low. So Bishop Dennis Leonard died in 2019. Antonio Matthews took over for a little piece of time. Then bam, they get Pastor Marlon Saunders. He mentioned at the top of this video about a pastoral transition agreement. Let me see in the chat if you think I got that agreement or not. What you think? Oh, you do? You think I got it? Okay. Well, Patreon gonna find out. I can't. Just don't. If it feel like it's not lining up, it don't line up. You be right. I absolutely do have every piece of paperwork you can think of that I got his wife contract. I even got the contract he mentioned in his live that he signed in August. Got that too. I got the whole package. Because I needed to know. If I'm going to come out here and talk, I can't. Some stuff I can just do commentary on. But when it's serious like this, I'm sitting, and then I get that, them tangles going off like that. I said, now I need to research before I get to going on and in and like this. And I started digging around. And I found, how can I say this? Because I want to tell them. I just found some accounting that didn't make no sense. Let me return Pete. I said, I know this is the kind of thing, this show where it's going tonight is what made Larry Live a big show. Because I tell the truth. And I don't just talk what I need to know. No. No. I got the August the 8th employee contract. I got the transition agreement. I also got a bunch of text messages. I got some accounting. And for those of you that are watching, just you want to know if I know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to give one of the accountants initials DC. So you know I know. I know about money that was borrowed by Pastor Marlon. I'm going to say allegedly. And then for a particular thing. And then used for something else and never paid back. I know the male and the female. I also know about that meeting a year ago that was said. I'm going to do this in two parts. I'm going to drop all this and then go. The meeting was said that there was something that you said that is the reason why they want to get rid of you. If it's half the truth, it's a whole lie. It's a half truth. Because that conversation and then one that happened about 6 months later was all about the money issues, the accusations of infidelity and sexual harassment. And I can say this right here because it ain't just one. I talked and asked for proof from one of the people that he fought outside of his marriage in 2023. So, and one of these was a member. Two of these was a member. Then I said, you know what? I need some other paperwork. I'm not even going to say that. And I wouldn't have said what I just said if I didn't get this other paperwork from 2010 from the church he came from. Now, heritage, I have a problem. If you're going to bring a pastor in, who is doing the researching before you hire? Because if I can get the stack is like this that I printed out. If I can get the testimonies, the complaint, the court case, why in the whole hell and the heaven you can't get the court case? See, who is vetting? Who is doing that? Let me tell you the case number. I think I printed out and put it on my table, Nancy. Hold on. God, it's not in my phone. But I'm gonna scan that and put it in the Kelly, you know how to do it, and put it in Patreon. So y'all can read through this your darn self. Let me say this. Before I say this other thing. I do not think Pastor Marlon Saunders is a bad man. He's a broken man. Can y'all put that in the chat? Wicked man versus broken man. I don't think that he's a wicked man. I think he's broken. I'm not making an excuse for him. I'm not making an excuse for him. But you do know that anointed men and women of God are absolutely, entirely human beings that are just like you, except for that gift thing they got going on. But behavior modification needs to happen around money. Why are the payday loans that you getting as the pastor calling the church? Why are you getting a payday loan as a pastor? Because being in leadership, you have to be above the par. That means your finances too. So although I don't think he's wicked, but broken, he needs behavior modification, because a broken man unchecked leaves the same kind of damage that a wicked man would. And church is not the place for broken people to be checked. Y'all know that. Not no pastor. Not no pastor that's good at what they do. Look at Jamal Harrison Bryant. And I am not a hater, because I praised him for years, and now I'm always bringing him up. I even brought him up in my book. He's booked everywhere, and the church loves him because he's good at what he does. But he's not good at fathering, and he's not good at watching over his peen. But we okay it because he good. Preach block bond. I mean, we love all of that. This is why the people in the pew have no discernment. When I watched it, because I'm not sitting in anybody's pew and been tricked on the regular, I had questions. My Holy Ghost and my tingle tangles and my spiritualization said, stop. There's a lie. And you scratch a liar, you find a thief. You scratch a thief, you find a whoremonger. There's something that is being alleged, but was said by Pastor Marlon concerning his wife and his marriage. I'm gonna drop this and about two more things and I'm gone. There are 3,484 of you, and you have came here to listen to me tell you certain stuff because you know you can't go nowhere else to get it. I love all of the people who do similar to what I do. Nobody can do what they do, and nobody can do what I do. And I just happen to be blessed with favor where people trust me and tell me stuff and show me evidence because they know I'm not going to put their name out. I have went to court and not told it. Sitting right there on that stand telling a whole lie. I don't know, I got it from this person. I know that I got it from another person. Abraham did it. Hell. Ain't that your wife? That's my sister. Yeah. There are 3,512 of you sitting up here on this Larry Reid live show, ready for me to tell you this next part that made me almost fall out. I ain't telling you shit until and unless. Where my other phone that'll show me every cash app? Say it again. Oh, it's right here? Okay, I got it. And somebody say, oh my God, I can't believe you asking us to cash app before you tell me. Yeah, because I was on the phone for 3 hours after I finished writing my book to get all this information in my head so I can come tell your ass. So this is what you do. Look right there. That cash app. Today is the 15th day of the 23rd year, $15.23. And then I'm going to drop this hammer and I'm going to go. $ MBN Network. Put in the memo section your phone number so I can call you, please. Put it in there. And then also behind that, put LRL. So those that call, that are going to be calling to thank you, can know where it comes from. $15.23. And I'll be able to see right here in this phone who do it. If it's through Cash App. Oh, look at there. Angel Phillip. Thank you so much. $15.23. Bring me back. LaTanya Allen. No, leave right there. $15.23. Carolyn, 1523. Eden, 1523. Michelle Thompson, 1523. April Ivory, 1523. Tay Lee, 1523. Rona Sampson, 1523. Jonathan Mickles, 1523. Javon McCray, 1523. That's Cash App. Dante Jackson, Malik McCowan, Sandy Jones, 1523. Make sure you put your phone number and LRL in the memo. Linda Williams, 1523. Christy Bowers, 1523. What is happening now? Black people supporting a black platform that tell them the black bald-headed truth. Oh my God. Oh, and of course, you do know there's about 8 or 9 contractors for the MBN network. You really don't get to see what this platform do if you're not in my Patreon. Thank you so much. Akio Davis, hold on, Michelle Mason, Marion Jones, Betty Red Brown, all this is 1523. Darlene McDowell, Artrice Long, Ashawn Gadsden, Benjamin Sermons. What you preach? Oh, shoot. Lanita got some money. She sent $100. Kimberly Dewan, 1523. Robin, same thing. Corey Maxwell, Mary Williams, Melanie Cook, Danielle Green, Aterio Smith. I can only see the Cash App, but there are other ways. Put it up, Kendall. Regina Hedon, Tregia Stewart, Olivia Burnett, Sharon Shepherd. Yes, Shepherd. I mean, it's coming a little fast, so I might miss it. Rosalind Taylor, Latanya Harbell, Gwendolyn. Thank every last one of you guys for donating. I'm still looking at it. Kimberly Taylor, Evangelist Karen Robinson. You better preach the word, Evangelist. Preach, Karen. Preach. Tubman Trucking. That's a business owner. You could have added another one in front of that 15. You got some money. Rosalind McCray, Cynthia Scurry. Listen, y'all love the show. Thank you. Good. They help make sure that I can clear payroll at the end of the month. All these contractors. I see it. Tracy Glenn, wow. Regina Anderson. Thank you so much. All right, let me tell y'all something. Oh my God. So let me say this, then I get to in the court documents, and you'll see it. I'm dropping all of this in Patreon. Put Patreon link down there, Kendall. I'm dropping all of this in Patreon. Putting the contract. You're gonna see all of you that were members of Heritage Church and you did not know what your pastor was making. You're gonna find out. I'm gonna drop it in there. Which you are supposed to be able to find out if they're 501c3 compliant. There should be, for ethics' sake, an open book policy. A lot of members do not know this. Yeah. I'll tell you what I make from the MBN network every month. I don't mind telling you that. I'll tell the members of Reformation Church, if you ever want to know, you can know, because I am an employee of the Reformation Church of Atlanta, the MBN network. I am. And I don't have no problem with that. And if your church can't tell you financial information, then that is a problem. I'm itching up under here. What is? Oh, I think that tattoo is. I mean, what's his name? Anyway. So anyway, transparency. That's the word. Now, see, I'm gonna tell you what my bishop did. My bishop every Sunday when we came to church, everything that was raised the Sunday before is on the we call it the bulletin then, but it's the whatever you call it, the programs. So I was raised around transparency. My mama talked about her and my daddy's sex life and sex and everything to this very day. I was raised around transparency, so financial transparency is important. In the darn way. So I'm reading this court document and I'm saying, this is 2010. Why would Heritage Christian Church, I'm not going to dig up no dead man's nothing if I can help it. But there was some bullshit happening at that church. And why would they bring somebody in who has this going on? I don't know if they knew it and then they believed his story over. I don't know. But now you got the same harassment going on allegedly with the members of the church, which is what this meeting was about, you guys. But he left that out. And it was also about the financial piece, the borrowing from the members, allegedly. And the Heritage was trying to find out the board. Now, let me explain something else he did. He said the board that consists of two people. Now, anybody that was listening to that know about this much about church, know that you can't have no board with no two people. So when he said that, I immediately said, okay, that's a lie. I know what he's doing. There's probably two people that are members of an advisory board. But there's on paper, which I didn't think to do that. I could have got on the internet and looked at the who's the board members, board of directors for Heritage was. I know that was a lie. But a lot of people in the chat talking about, oh my God, you know something wrong with two board members. I'm like, y'all dumb as hell. Just because he said there was two board members, you just think that there are two board members. That's illegal for a nonprofit organization. You cannot operate like that. And I hate to say it like that and call people dumb and stupid, but there's something that happens in the pew that is magical, but this is a malevolent magic. When a preacher is up and they're talking, they have so much power to influence the brain and the mind and get into all of your sensory system and make you feel things. And for a lot of us, if we feel it is true, what he was saying was moving. I told you he had me. I was emotionally connected. And he's debonair and black man. So you already got all that favorable for me. Y'all know I love black men in business that are doing well and been a great representation. So he already had me. But then he started talking. And my ears were really wow. I said, now wait. You're talking like I'm stupid. This don't make no sense. And sure enough, I found out that the two people he was referring to and calling the board, which one of them or both of them could be on the actual board, but they're part of an advisory team and they're not by themselves. I'm going to keep the other names private. But just so y'all know what I'm talking about Michelle and Curtis. If you at Heritage, you know who I'm talking about. But y'all out here may not know what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying this for the members who are watching, who don't know any of this stuff that has happened, and they're coming in the pew. I am not telling you to leave now. Oh, Lord, let me tell y'all this. Have y'all gave y'all $15.23? Lord, I just keep remembering bombs. Put it up. I want to make sure that they y'all not stealing from me all this time. I got all this stuff in my head just for y'all. Kevin Alexandra, thank you. Pamela Joy Moore, thank you. Aisha Wilson, thank you. $15.23. Thank you. I see it, Melissa, Vanessa. Make sure you put your phone number in there, please. Annette Norwood, Lauren Lewis, Brittany Brookins, Leslie Porter, Andrea Alexandria, Ebony. I see you. Oh, thank you over there. That's 2B Black Native. Oh. She said, do y'all want their names? I used to go there. Somebody said, I paid my money. No, this is a gift. This is a giving. This isn't even a seed. This is just giving. All right, come back, bring me back. Now, you see, I thought of another. Well, let me say this first. Y'all do know that what he did in that pulpit won't right. But the people in the pew were under a spell. You know the pulpit is not for that. And he had, what he said, everything is coming. Slow down, Larry, slow down. He said so many things that were manipulative. He said, and I'm saying what he said, y'all know I said darn, but he said the people have been through too damn much. You've been lied to and manipulated too long. He left two words off, by me. This the best check I ever received, and I am not leaving this check. But he said, I am not leaving the people. It's the check. And you're gonna see when I put it in the in Patreon, you're gonna know what's the check. That's 6 figures. For preaching? Hell yeah. And he had told them he was in agreement. But he got in the pulpit and just switched and told everybody. No, this gonna be my last Sunday. Give me 3 days. That third day was the Sunday, April the 16th is when this happened. That was the third day he was in the pulpit. I'm not gonna do anything wrong. And he even said in the pulpit, I told my wife that I wasn't gonna say anything. But this is high level manipulation. Can we just call it what it is? I already know that I am no longer going to be the pastor because I was elected in, and rightfully so. I didn't start this church. I can be put out. It's a job. You can be fired. I was elected into this job. Oh, look, 3333 on across all platforms, ain't it? That was the angel number 3,333. Somebody ought to show that. When he got in the pulpit, he switched and he had the people up on the spell and took them right with him to the point where they were cheering for something that they're taught not to do. Him cussing Curtis out, because that's who it was. Curtis got cussed out. And there were people moving around on the outside, a few people who heard what the fuss was all about. And he cussed Curtis out to the point where they thought they were about to go blow to blow. But then he agreed and got in the pulpit and switched. Talked to security. The advisory board, one of the members of the advisory board did not want him back in the pulpit and told them not to let him back in the pulpit, but they did on that Sunday morning. So he took the opportunity while he's in that powerful space and just bewitched 250 people, that's what I'm told, that left the church and went with him to his new church and followed the pastor that the board had done wrong. Y'all, this is tricky. I'm not saying this is a wicked man, but it's broken and it has bad behavior that needs to be modified. He used the pulpit for his own agenda of starting his already planned church because he knew about the non-compete. He's saying to them not to come 50 or 53 miles. It's a non-compete. We do that in this business. That's how it goes. I can't Where was the apology that said, if he did it, let me know? I should not have used the pulpit like this. I did know that I was done, although I said, if they don't let me back, I already knew what the plan was. I just used the opportunity to get you guys to leave Heritage and come to the church that I start where nobody can put me out of it if I'm getting money from members, sexually harassing members, or doing any other kind of debauchery. Because it's mine. Not only did it do that, y'all, he raised the offering and had one of his people to take allegedly $80,000 from the Sunday morning service so Heritage didn't raise a dime. He took it all to his new church. Y'all know that ain't right. A church you elected in, you're going to raise the offering and then put it in the trunk of your car and have them to make it out to HCC and start a church with the same acronym as Heritage, Hope City Church, HCC. Manipulation. Sometimes you got to trust them tingle tangles. Sometimes you have to trust them. I don't know but one church who can take as much as Heritage Christian Church has taken. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is New Birth, where Jamal Harrison Bryan is at. And we are going to get the entire story on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Be here. Do not miss it. Live and in color. Hard questions are going to be asked. We might fight, but we agreed that no matter what happened, we're going to finish the interview and he's going to answer the hard question. He took the money, Nancy. He took the money. Let me tell you what one, and please, ladies that I talked to that allegedly have relationship or sleeping with Pastor Marlon, I'm about to call y'all something, but it's just what I call women who are side chicks to a married mind. One of his hoes said to me, and this is what she alleged. Oh Lord, this is a sort of big one. That Pastor Marlon and his wife are swingers. Now, I ain't got no judgment, but you got all this other stuff going on top of the complication of being swingers. Girl, now. I want to say to the 250 dummies I want to say to the 250 people that left Heritage Christian Church, where you are familiar with the foolishness, that went into some new, handmade, freshly crafted foolishness, to take your hind end right on back over. I mean, you do what you want to do. I'm just saying, at this point, I can't. I just can't. Y'all, I'm dropping all the receipts in Patreon. Go ahead and get in Patreon. But make sure you cancel it before the first now. If you don't want to be in there. So we're going to call in our office talking about cancel it. You do that on your end. But after you sign up tonight, you can print it out, although I'm going to have my watermark all over it. And some stuff redacted. So you can read all of the information from the courts, from the old case, and you can also read all through all of these contracts to see the amount of money that we're talking about. There's so many people that have been that are multiple millionaires by doing ministry. Some of those people, it's no longer about ministry, it's about the money. Let me say that again. Let me tell y'all something you don't know, those of you in the pew. Some of these preachers that have become millionaires by doing ministry have left ministry in their heart, and they have moved into making money moves no different than Cardi B sang in her song, no different than they do on Wall Street 9:30 every Monday. No different. And it's not about souls and the people and the work of the Lord. All that's just the language that goes with the job that they're doing. Jesus is just the product that they're pushing to get their paycheck. The church is just the place they go in to clock in to get their check. It's not about the ministry or you anymore. It's about the money. And that happens to people in every industry, in every place of work. For some artists, it's no longer about the music. It becomes about the business. For some doctors, it's no longer about saving lives. It's about that money. How many insurance claims can we file? It happens everywhere. But some reason or another in our church brain, we think that it don't happen with preachers and prophets. Because see, prophets are the people who, when you put money in their hand, your money multiplied differently than put it in any other space in the fivefold ministry, any other gifting. And some prophets, it's no longer about ministering to you and being your coach and all of that. It becomes about the money. And you need to remember that and keep looking at your leader, making sure that they ain't got hijacked. That's what happened to Prophet Balaam. Prophet Balaam in the Bible was a real prophet. Everything that he said came to pass. God told him there's some folk that's going to be coming with some Gucci. They're going to be coming with some crystal Louboutins. They're going to come with some Louis Vuitton. They're going to come with all of this and a whole bunch stacks full of money, telling you to go with them and so you can prophesy over these people they're trying to whip so they can keep them from losing against them because they know everything you say come to pass. But when they come, don't go with them. The Lord told them, the prophet, before they came. They came, and when that prophet looked and seen all the blessings that he had been praying for, prophets, they live out of the mouth of God and out of the generosity of the people. God feeds the prophet, but sometimes he do it through the people. So when he looked and seen that was everything that he had been praying for, he said, now wait, I know what God said, but let me go back to him and see if I can get him to switch that thing, Papa. Now I'm telling you the scripture. And the word said, because just check this out now, that God said, go ahead on. And then the next verse said, and God was angry with him. That teaches a lesson right there. If a thing live in your heart when you go to pray, you're going to hear a spirit reiterate to you the thing that is in your heart. That's why you got to really pray and ask the Lord to circumcise my heart. Because that thing is desperately wicked. And it got compartments in it. That's why I said, who knows the heart of man? Nobody but God. Because that thing is layered. And it'll hide from you what the real thing is that's lodged up in your heart. So then he is on his donkey going to go and get his Louis Vuitton and all that stack of money. And he just going. And that donkey had a veil over his eyes. Mom and them said I had a veil over my eyes when I was a child and would tell them when certain spirits was around. And he seen an angel standing there with a sword about to kill Balaam. And the donkey ran up against the wall. Like, wait. And crushed the prophet's foot against the wall. That sword just missed him. And Balaam, because he's in that energy now, his eyes were closed in the spirit. He didn't even see the angel. The donkey seen him. And then mashed that prophet foot up against that wall. It was a donkey he was riding. He said, "You jackass mother." And started beating on the donkey. The donkey said, "Look, the only reason why that I smashed your foot against that wall is because there's an angel right there." They go, "Oh my God, the donkey was talking." It's the story, y'all. It's true. It's in your Bible. It's in Numbers, I think it is. If memory serves it correct. Oh my God. Marlon, I think you got the Balaam. you got the Balaam on you. Now I believe that call is on them. Because for some reason God likes to put his hand on, in dirt and play in it and make these beautiful, lovely little things. It's in us to get clean on the inside. Hezekiah walked there, won't he make him? Did y'all say that, Nancy? Mm-hmm. Won't he make you clean? By down, inside. A lot of times we don't let that spirit do that work in there. Then we take with our pretty made up self that God will put that thing in us now, and we ain't washed up on the inside, and we take that into the ministry and we make a monk. And that's what it looked like to me that done happened here. Now, I don't want to talk about this no more. So hit like and share with everybody and their mom and daddy, because y'all know I like to say it and be done. But I might talk about it more in Patreon because I got to put all these documents in there. So make sure you go ahead and join Patreon right now. Especially if you're a member of Heritage, you need to join. You have a right to know where your tithe and your offering. And well, y'all don't do teruma over there. I can tell by the energy in the church. Y'all got that off. You shouldn't be tithing, not doing no teruma, but you ain't had nobody to give it to no way. Kamala not a worthy priest, in my opinion. You need to know. I'm putting that over there. I'm not gonna hide none of that from you. I'm gonna put it right over there. Yes. If I got to get Claude to redact it, and then Larry, did you watch Prophet? Oh, I didn't see that. I missed what somebody said. Larry, did you watch Prophet what? Suddenly Move. What Prophet? I don't know what you're talking about, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. If you enjoyed tonight, don't forget to leave your offering at the door. I mean yes, offering. And it's not a seed. At the door. We're about to leave the movie theater. Hope you enjoy your popcorn, your snacks, and all of that. But all these ways right now, you can get the 1523 to the MBN network. And listen, no other YouTuber can tell you this. It's tax deductible. Because we are 501c3 compliant, the MBN network. Okay? Woo! This was a mess. Won't it? Oh my God! All right, I'll see you guys later. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. My daddy say a wooden nickel don't spin. So I don't care how much it look like a nickel. It ain't gonna be doing no spending. All right, y'all hear me? And take care of yourself. And choose yourself. I'm just saying a whole lot of little stuff. Choose yourself over them. Hear me? Choose yourself over them. And make sure y'all be here Saturday night at 8 o'clock for that there. I got to go catch a plane to see my daughter walk across the stage and get this diploma she half earned. But we can go praise God for that. All right. And don't forget, join the Patreon.
Patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let me tell you why you should join. You will gain access to master level teaching and coaching, which includes Sunday morning prayer calls with Dr. Reid, Wednesday night breakdown with Dr. Reid, the prophets and care pastors, divine partnerships and networking with a like-minded community, exclusive content, which includes daily posts, ranging in topics that are too expansive to share on Dr. Reid's public platform, including money, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, relationships, prophecy, prayer, and more. Become a member today by logging on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live today. Join with people from around the world praying 15 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 667-770-1402, code 974-8029#. Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, and actor. Catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series, Kingdom Business, and on American Gangster Trap Queens, streaming online at BET.plus.